So, hey, Metalheads, I'm Lucy, and on my list a lot today, I will have the pleasure to interview Arne from MARCHE.
Hey,
So, welcome.
thanks.
Thanks for the interview. And my first question is Inderlicht is the last album of MARCHE,
Right,
released in 2020, exactly year of the highest point of the pandemic and lockdowns
indeed.
over the whole world. The situation, which stood for almost 2 years, has definitely brought harm to everyone around the globe, and even more for the metal scene. Have you got the chance to change this panorama already? I mean, has the album got enough attention so far?
Well, it's hard to compare with a normal situation because we can't.
Yeah.
We had albums before, but yeah, we are a band that grows little by little, day by day. So I don't know. The reactions were really positive for this album. We were very excited about it as well. We actually recorded it in February 2020, so just right before the first lockdown, and then we released it after the first lockdown in Belgium for the second lockdown. So yeah, we didn't get the chance to do everything we planned. We had like a tour coming up to promote it together with our Chilean friends of Poema Arcanus, a European tour, and a lot of other plans that obviously couldn't happen.
Mhm.
But thankfully, the metal scene is a very loyal community, and we sold actually a lot of albums, both on CD and vinyl, online. And yeah, I mean, we saw sales rising enormously. So in a way, it got spread. We
Okay.
noticed this because we had a lot of shows the last couple of months, and people know the album. They know the key songs. They sing along.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, obviously it could have been better, but we we made the best out of it, and we're really happy with the place we are now.
Nice. Okay. So still speaking about Enderlicht, which is translated as the light of at the end or the light of the end.
Yeah, both. Yeah,
Yeah. Is there a conceptual idea behind it? And if so, could you explain it?
yeah. There is for sure a conceptual idea. So the album deals with the strange ability of mankind to decide for themselves to deliberately end their lives. Um, well, in short, suicide, but there is lots of variations, euthanasia,
Okay.
etc.,
Mhm.
everything in between. And in one of the songs, I used the image of a tree. It's a song deformed. The tree, whatever happens, as long as it can grow, it will continue growing, albeit broken or whatever. There will, as long as there is a possibility of life, it will prevail. While man, at some point, some people they say, I have been broken enough. I'm out of here. Um, and that was the whole concept about this album. We always try to work around a bigger concept. Not We don't make concept albums per se. It's all individual songs, but this one album was based around
Mhm.
the idea of, yeah, what I just said. Like the
Mhm.
previous album was based around the concept of darkness,
Mhm.
etc. So yeah, there
Yeah.
there was a there was this was the idea,
Yeah.
and also that's why we chose the title Anderlicht. It's like you said, it's the light at the end, so you can, as you know, there is the typical idea of the light at the end of the tunnel where
Mhm.
your life ends or whatever, or a new hope starts. It's also in there. Could also be the light of the end. It's like drawing you
Mhm.
towards it through a tunnel of darkness, like in the second song. I use this image, the eye of the end. So
Ah,
yeah,
yeah. Mm.
yeah,
Okay. Really deep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks. I have too
So
much time to think sometimes.
yeah. So last August, March of Never performed at Alcatraz Festival here in Belgium.
Yeah.
We're in Belgium, by the way. And how was the experience of playing for such a big audience in your homeland?
Well, we knew like from almost a year ago we got the invitation, and we were really excited about it. To be honest, we've all been in bands even before MARCHE, so we're all in the scene for 20 years or more, and the band is also well around for 14 years now. So it felt like um, a reward to 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 finally be able to play the big festival in Belgium. It's not the biggest, but it's from the big festivals. It's the most nice towards the Belgian scene in general,
Yes.
and there is a very nice atmosphere. We got to play the small venue in the festival, but actually when we played there, I was really happy. It was the small venue because the fans were all over the place. And they were really with us. You know, there was not like meters of barriers in between. Yeah. I even did a stage dive, you know, at in the last song. It's something I hadn't done with this band. Obviously, it's usually you don't expect this with a doom metal band, but it, yeah, we were all so excited, and it all it went went. It was beyond our imagination. So thanks for those who witnessed it with us. Thanks for Alcatraz for inviting us, and yeah, let's do this one more time or two more times. I don't know.
Yeah. Hopefully, I really
Yeah,
hope
because
that
we
because
really were ready for it. I mean, maybe like 5 or 10 years ago, we would have been maybe too nervous or whatever, make mistakes or. But no, we were totally ready for it, and I really have the impression that we like made a step, you know, as a live band,
hmm
another step in our career with this
yeah,
show. The shows afterwards, they went somehow. There was another kind of vibe, which is cool. I mean, you have to evolve as a band, and
hmm
these key moments, or you, or they break you, or they make you, you know. And for us, it was a very good day.
yeah, sure. I'm sure about it. I was not there, unfortunately. I wanted that so much, but I know that
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
we didn't get a lot of, you know, reviews or whatever. There was, it's a big festival, and there's a lot of cool things happening all the time at the same time.
hmm
But the people who were there, they were like, whoa. And for us, for us as a band, this was also like, whoa, this was something else. So
hmm
yeah, this is one of my top moments in all my life experience. And yeah,
Yeah,
well,
nice.
we have done a lot of cool things. So this is really topping in them all. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
very happy.
Great. Um, yeah, this is already connected to one of my questions. So much of Funèbre has been performing in many different countries among the years. So which gigs were the most special and why? Probably Alcatraz.
Yeah, Alcatraz for sure. Then one of the first show we did with Primordial in 2017 in Willemijn in Arnhem in Holland was also a moment we will never forget. Uh, it's yeah, we have done almost 170 gigs in like I think 17 countries. So the first show in the United States in Seattle was mind blowing. It was together with Belwich, who played the whole Mirror Reaper album,
Mhm.
and it was at the venue of their well bass player. So it was a very cool place, and we were yeah, people loved what it did, and except this one song we played, "As I Died," the Paradise Lost classic. They didn't know it apparently, but I learned afterwards that Paradise Lost only got famous in the States afterwards. So maybe that's why. But yeah, well, never mind. Yeah, the shows we did in Lisbon. and the Under the Doom Festival were both incredible. One was with Samael, I think, and Forgotten Tomb. I don't know, maybe I'm mixing up, but there was a fantastic festival, and we were invited twice. So thanks for having us there. Yeah, so many cool moments. The first show we did with Saturnus in 2011 in Bebop in Belgium, which was at that time the place to be for a metal band. It was very special as well. We were happy to be invited, but we got a short play time. We were like, we have so many long songs and a bit complaining about it. And then the day itself, Turisas, the other supporting band, they had one of their guitar players had an accident, and he was in hospital. Luckily, he recovered well. Very nice guys. But so yeah, they didn't find a replacement band, and they were like, the organization was like, "Can you play a bit longer?" And we're like, "Sure, we'll add some songs." So instead of a 35-minute set, we got an hour set, and it went really well. People loved it. We got a lot of new fans, and we got to know the guys of Saturnus, with whom we toured later, and with whom we're still friends actually. So yeah, so many cool things. The shows we did in Russia. Forgetting the last big show we did before the pandemic was Metal Gates Festival in Bucharest in Romania with Darts and Cruelty, Pale Horse Named Death, Ancient. It was awesome. But all of these shows are pale in comparison with the vibes we got from Alcatraz. I have to say, the audience was amazing. The sound was great. It was so hot, but yeah, it even made it even more sweaty and real. And yeah. Still happy when I think about it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, and speaking about gigs, which are the next concerts scheduled?
We have a concert in Vienna in Wien, the 12th of November. It's I don't know how many, at the 16th, I don't know, edition of Doom over Vienna. Sorry, I lost count. But we played 11 years ago. We played there as well, and now we'll end the festival actually as a last band. So back then we were the first band, and now we will be the last band. And obviously we will. Both set lists of back then and now, they are completely different, obviously. But 11 years, it's like 3 albums and 2 splits and 1 EP ago. But we're very much looking forward to that. And then it's back to the drawing table for finishing the new album. Well, I guess we'll be finishing it the coming months, but that's for another question, maybe.
For
And
sure.
the next show is only in April. The confirmed show. It's also a very cool thing. It's a God Doom festival in Slovakia, with a lot of cool bands like Rotting Christ, for instance, Beforash, whatever. So yeah, there's it will be our first time in Slovakia, so it's another country to add to our list. So yeah, that's one of the things that keeps us busy, you know.
Okay. So your last performance so far was at the Dark in the Moon Festival, edition 14, along with Wolvenest, Shattered Hope, and Eternal Darkness. Which are your impressions about the festival in general? Also, as an organizer and manager, yeah.
We started the Dark in the Moon festivals in 2009 as a means to get out, to have something to offer to the scene, and to get gig exchanges, etc. It brought us a lot of cool things so far. At some time, we got some help from outside. We've been a traveling circus actually. Like we've been we started up in Mechelen. The Dark in the Moon also comes from a legend of Mechelen, but the name.
Okay.
Um,
Interesting.
and then yeah, at some point we did some more editions than one in a year, so we could like have as many editions as the band is years old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So the 10th edition was a very big one in a very beautiful venue. um, we had Green Carnation, for instance, also yeah. There's so many bands that played on the festival. I have Mournful Congregation, Office, yeah, and some other cool bands. Belwich, yeah, that was the 10th edition. So yeah, and now we are at 14, and we're back in our hometown. We secured actually a very cool venue, which is an old church, and we're doing this just all on ourselves. You know, we're a do-it-yourself band, and we are yeah, trying to make the next edition special, because it's our 15th birthday, both of the festival, 15th edition, and the band's 15 years old, and so yeah, we were really happy with the outcome at the last edition. I mean, I was a bit afraid, you know, there is so much going on this time. Uh, yeah, multiple gigs at the same day. People, yeah, not having a lot of money because of crisis here and there. So I was a bit afraid that doing the festival on ourselves would be a financial uh, issue. But well, we didn't have we don't have all the numbers yet, but there was a lot of people, much more than I hoped for. Well, maybe much more than I anticipated anyway. The bands did fantastic performances. Everybody was in awe for the venue itself. So we really got a positive energy from it, and I'm already working in my head
Yeah.
for the special edition next year. Hopefully, it will
Yeah,
work
yeah.
out fine.
That's my question. My next question. The news for a possible Darkly Moon new edition. Then, so you were
Yeah, yeah. Of
already
course,
thinking.
we are just finishing off
Yeah.
the bills, etc., of the last edition.
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, uh, yeah, the 15th edition will be something special. Um, I will not reveal anything else
Okay.
because, well, I don't want to. Yeah, it's not because it's in my head working
Mm-hmm.
that it will be, you know, doable to do in real. Especially because this venue, we can't just say I want this date. I mean, there is a lot of
Ah.
it's from the community, and um, yeah, we have to see how it works. But yeah, I'm aiming for September next year, and perhaps it might be 2 days, but
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, we'll see about it.
Okay. All right. So I wish you luck.
Yeah, yeah, we got a lot of positive energy from last edition, so
Uh-huh.
everybody went home happy. So that's what doom metal does,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
yeah. Well, all the beers were finished. Yeah. So it was a good good addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as you said, you are already working on a new material for a next album or EP. So, could you speak about it a little bit?
Yeah. Actually, we did not a lot of writing during the pandemic. We focused on our families and yeah, on yeah, on the little inner circle we had. And actually, most of us liked it, you know, to be out of the rat race for some time. But as soon as we were able to rehearse again, we picked up our gear and started writing new stuff. Um, I think so far we wrote quite some tracks, but we are also very critical towards them. It it should be good. It's not because you write a song that it should be recorded.
Yeah.
I mean, we just threw away a song. It's like, yeah, it's nice, but no, we just threw it away. For the previous album, we also had like we wrote 8 songs, recorded 7, and there were like 6 songs on the album, and one bonus track we used for the vinyl edition. And then there was one song we didn't record, but I think that was a decent song, but it didn't fit the whole picture. But now we are still in the process of making songs, and then we will see what kind of album it will be. My first impression is that the songs are more compact, and more focused on melody and atmosphere than the more death metal vibes we had, for instance, on the last album, on some songs. But yeah, don't take my words for it. An album is only finished when it's done recorded.
Okay.
So
Yeah, your impressions about it. So far.
yeah. I mean, the writing process has been going on for so long. Actually, now it's like we started writing in 2021, I guess. And there were some ideas that were older, maybe, but not a lot. But yeah, we will do some new things we haven't done before. That's what we do. We don't like to copy ourselves. So anyone waiting for Enderlicht Part 2, the song or the album, or Lullaby of Insanity Part 2, sorry, not gonna happen. We just write new stuff. Obviously, it sounds like us because it's us.
Yeah, sure.
We didn't, invite a saxophone player or whatever to make it more interesting. But yeah, we always try new things, and we'll see about it. I'm happy with the songs we wrote so far. Not sure it will be only a 1 LP or a double LP like previous albums, because the songs are shorter. So maybe we'll see. Okay. I don't want to. The labels we worked with for the CDs, were Russian and Canadian. They both, the Russians, they have difficulties now. Yeah. And the Canadian label, Nautic Dirge Records, which we have a good relationship with, it's also in a hiatus at the moment. So we'll see. We first have to finish writing, and then there is the process of pre-production, fine-tuning, the real recording. Hopefully by then we already have like a label deal, and yeah, we're confident it will be good. Otherwise we wouldn't be doing it. I mean, it's as a band in our position, you only make music for yourself. There is no like external pressure from fans or like you have to go on this tour in this or that year for 7 weeks, and you have to have a new album. No, so we are our own bosses. Nobody is pushing us. So I hoped for a release in 2023. It's our 15th birthday, and but with the times of vinyl pressing, it would be too messy. Then we should like record it in January or something, so to release it in autumn next year. We're not gonna do this rushing. So maybe we write another year, and we have like 10 or 20 songs, and we pick. I don't know. We will see.
Okay, good.
No stress.
Yeah. Good. So now, which are your metal influences as a singer?
Wow. The first vocalists that stood out for me were Garm from Arcturus, Borknagar, Ulver. Because I like what he does, as a black metal vocalist and as a clean vocalist. Then Mikael Stanne from Dark Gentility, but especially the 90s stuff. Like his, I like the way he spits out his words. And then Jan Transit from In the Woods for the clean vocals. I think he's brilliant. It's a big loss. I mean, that he's no longer active. I know the band In the Woods still exists, but yeah, it's a shadow from what they were because of, well, yeah, for me the vocals made it so special. Well, next to the music, but I mean, for me metal is much more than vocals, because it's usually it's more guitar driven, or in some bands cases it's even orchestral driven, and the vocals are more supporting. We're not in a pop culture where there is like, oh, there is a bit of music, but here is the vocalist.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, as a doom metal vocalist, I don't know. I like what Greg Holmes is doing, because he certainly, since he's back at growling from the Paradise Lost vocalists. But I'm not copying anyone's style.
Yeah, for sure.
At some point, I was like, I think with our second album, my main goal was to be, especially with the clean vocals, to have the eternity of Anathema level. I don't think I made it, but that was the goal. And at some point, some reviewer even mentioned it, so I was like, okay, maybe. But yeah, I'm still growing and evolving as a vocalist, so I just wanna do my thing. I don't sing a lot except for my own band. Sometimes I do a cover for fun, but just at home. But I sing with my band. That's what I do, So especially when you're a singer and there's people, you're a singer, can you sing something for us? Nope. I mean, obviously I can. Certainly when we are having quite some songs with clean vocals, so you can sing these in public, but it's not. It's wrong, because the music isn't based on the vocals. The vocals are based on the music. I don't write the melodies. The melodies come from the music, and sometimes the vocals go different melody, but it's always because of the music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And which are influences besides metal, if you have any, as a singer or?
Yeah. Well, since metal is a huge part of my life since 25 years. What you see is a lot of metal. There's also there's also non-metal. It's the non-metal starts here, but it goes way up. You can't see it, but and then there's like vinyl, mostly metal. I'm an 80s kid, so the 80s new wave, YouTube, Simple Minds kind of thing. That kind of music really got me. And when I was younger, I was a big U2 fan when they were like the biggest band in the world back then, and they did these huge tours. And the frontman, Bono, I know a lot of people hate him for whatever reason, but what I learned from him is first of all how to use the words in the lyrics. Of course, he's a native speaking, English writing dude, so obviously he's 10 times a better lyricist than I am. But I think I picked up some of his influences, but especially how to be a frontman, to be there and to draw the attention of the crowd to the stage. Obviously, there's other frontmen as well.
And you do that well.
Yeah,
Sorry
thanks.
to interrupt.
So yeah, but I mean,
Okay, you can
I
go.
see it as my role in the band. I don't have an instrument. I am my own instrument.
Yeah.
I do a lot of stuff with my vocals, but I'm more than that. You know, I see the audience also as an instrument. You know, so I, especially since we got bigger gigs lately, and crowds are more enthusiastic. It's for me rewarding to have an audience that works with me when I want them to clap their hands, for instance. They follow me instead of like you're trying to get people along and they're like, hmm,
Like this.
yeah,
Or
and
like
then
this.
after the show, yeah, it was really great, yeah, thanks, but
Yeah,
it would
during.
have been much more rewarding, and the show, the energy should be,
Mhm.
there is a lot of
Flowing.
audiences that we had in the past that really enjoyed what we were doing, and but they were uh, yes, just standing there and enjoying the music. But it's more rewarding if the energy of the band goes into the crowd and comes back.
Mhm.
uh,
As a flow.
yeah, I mean, for us, it makes us go the extra mile, when we feel the vibe of the audience, and that's something we learned from Alcatraz, actually. um, and funny thing is, since then, like I told earlier, it's like we made a little extra step as a band, and that's one of the things, that we can easily, it's easier for us to grab the attention of the audience, and yeah, have this thing going on in the gig. We had it in a show in Germany recently, in yeah, the last show in Belgium as well. I mean, yeah, um, that's how we like it.
Hmm. Good. Now I have a situation for you that I asked for all my guests here on my small. So you were a bad guy, got in trouble, and had life imprisonment as a sentence, and you can have nothing with you but three albums that you can listen for the rest of your life because one of the guards of the prison is a nice guy and gave you them as a gift. So which albums would you choose and why?
Phew,
So three
three
for the
albums.
whole your whole life. This is the context. Yeah,
Wow.
important.
Um, well, obviously, you can ask me this question any time, and I will probably give you different answers.
Okay.
Maybe the last time you asked me,
Yeah, it was not exactly this
it,
question, but
it
it
was
was
something
kind
like,
kind the three top albums. But
yeah,
this one is like the context is
yeah.
different.
So let's say Storm of the Light's Bane by Dissection. Um, uh, the live album of In the Woods, live at the Caledonian Hall. It's actually three. It's a double album. So does
Okay.
it count as one or two?
No, it counts as one.
Okay,
Okay, it's
oh,
okay.
great.
It's
And
one.
then my latest discovery, maybe just because I'm so happy with this album. It's Manes, and the album is called Slow Motion Dead Sequence.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But yeah, like if you ask me tomorrow,
Maybe it will be
it
different.
might be different. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And to finish our interview, would you like to leave a message to your fans who are watching or listening to us?
Yeah. Well, thanks for your attention. I'm glad to be interviewed by you again, Lucy.
Yeah.
Cool questions. You got me talking.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just released this here. It's a Dead and Lost LP. It's actually a re-release of the Dead Wish Woman EP and the Lost 7-inch. It's the more dead trash side of the band. These two, well, small releases, and now we are releasing it with a Belgian label, Neck Twister Agency, on vinyl in a gold edition. There's also a small amount of black and gold and black marbled, which is all
Mm.
it's really beautiful. We're very happy with the outcome. We sell it at shows, and online it can be ordered at the label. I hope they are fixed it on the web shop. So yeah, people who have everything we have, they don't have to buy it. It's nothing new. But for the vinyl lovers and the new fans, for the long sold out 7-inch, for instance, or the almost sold out Dead Wish Woman CD or tape is also sold out. I guess we have something new, and yeah, well, hope to see you at some show, or yeah, follow us online, or just hate us. Like you hate Monday mornings. It's all fine.
No.
All
It's
fine.
impossible to hate.
Yeah.
March FUNÈBRE, of course, and all the websites and links will be on the description of this video. Okay.
Thanks.
So thanks again, Arne, for the interview, for your hospitality, and yeah, stay heavy.
Cheers.